Welcome to Fraser Mac Gaming. I'm Fraser Mac. I'm back from some time in the sun and the sea, and obviously I didn't miss anything while I was away, did I? Oh yes, there was a Nintendo Direct, wasn't there? There weren't that many indie games shown off though, so we'll just pretend it didn't happen for now, and I'm going to bring you a video today with 5 eShop bargains that are under £5 or $5 in the US. And I'm actually going to throw in a couple of extras at the end that are interesting games, but they are very, very short notice, so they will run out today. Without further ado, let's get into my 5 games that are under £5 or $5. And if this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and check out all my content all about the eShop and the Nintendo Switch. First up this week we have Hymnal, and it is from David Marileo Sanchez. Grab the Games and Ratalaika Games are the publisher. So Hymnal is a non-aggressive platform and adventure game. So essentially there are random generated levels and you actually use parkour and sliding and dashing abilities similar to games like Celeste. Work your way through these wonderful maps, but obviously as you can see you've got to work your way through the dark. You have a giant sword on your back but you're never actually going to use it. It's there to be enjoyed as a musical platform adventure game because the music will adjust and adapt as you adventure through the game and as you progress. So the gameplay and the music is actually linked and it's a huge part of the game. You have to actually identify these wisps, these colours, these shades of light as you go, sort of free them, and it will open up other areas. You can actually level up your character and do more insane moves to progress through the game. It's a game that's there to be enjoyed at your own pace. It's not something with combat and extreme difficulty levels, so it's a very accessible game. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. It's only £4 in the UK and $4 in the US until the 22nd of September, and it's a 20% discount. So Hymnal looks like a fun little time passer, an enjoyable game. It's not challenging, something for a few hours before bedtime or just a nice relaxing playthrough to sort of change it up from something like Astro Chain that I know a lot of people are playing right now. Next up we have a game from Teku Studios and Merge Games. They're the publisher. It's Candle, the Power of the Flame. It's on a massive 75% discount at the moment until the 15th of September, so you want to get in there fairly quickly. But it's this magical watercolour experience and it's an adventure game that is full of puzzles. You play as a young novice Teku and you're on a dangerous journey to rescue the tribe's shaman from the evil tribe of the Wakcha. And obviously along the way you're going to have to find your way through some really challenging and sinister puzzles and obviously make sure you don't die on the way. But it looks absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, the game's on a massive discount on the eShop in the UK and the US. It did get a physical release from Super Rare Games, but they're going to be fairly costly now. But Candle, the Power and the Flame in the UK is only £3.74 and in the US it's only $5. We're changing pace now and Fabraz's Spirit Sphere DX is up next. It's a wonderful mix of Windjammers, Zelda graphics and air hockey. So yes, it's a bit of a strange mix, but you can see the Zelda vibes already with the pixelated graphics. But it's this top-down, competitive game where you can actually play single player. There is a story mode. You can actually play competitive local multiplayer, so you can play 2-player. There's also an up to 4 players, so you can play some interesting different versions of the game. Obviously, you can see the kind of story elements here. There's sort of really retro pixelated kind of 8-bit graphics. There's some really interesting sort of areas you play on. It's not just one simple background, one simple core of sorts or play area, but you can play lots of multiplayer. You can see there you can play in a sort of tape mode at the same time in hand-to-hand combat. You can play in tabletop. I'd be really interested if you could play this with a flip grip. So it would obviously only work in single player, but a flip grip would be pretty cool. I think that's something I've tried to look it up quickly, but I can't see if it works or not. But it's got wonderful retro style graphics. There's a boss mode. You can actually play a ghost mode, so you can actually just sort of playing a ghost type shenanigans. I don't even know what that means, but there's a target mode, so it's almost like a puzzle game. You just break down lots of targets, so it's a sort of challenge mode. So it's packed full of content. But Spirit Sphere DX is another game that's on a massive 75% discount, so it's under £3. It's only £2.25 in the UK until the 16th of September, and it's only $2.50 in the US, so it's an absolute bargain. It's sitting on a 78 on Metacritic and an 8 for a user score, so it's obviously got some real quality. And Fabraz is well known on Switch. They are the Slime Sand developers, and Scaleboy was recently featured in the Indie World presentation, so they have got a reputation of quality. At Spirit Sphere DX, it's available now until the 16th of September on a massive 75% discount. Up next is something a bit left field. It is the Office Quest. It's a point-and-click adventure with a very unique art style for the Switch. The reason I've highlighted it actually has some solid reviews on Metacritic. There's not many, but they seem to enjoy it as a point-and-click adventure. It seems to have some good laughs and, quite unique art style. But it's 90% off on the UK eShop until the 19th of September. Unfortunately, it's not on a deal on the US eShop, but it's just over £1 on the UK. So for that, I think it's worth a risk. If you like point-and-click adventure games, they're few and far between. It's from 11 Sheep, so for £1, I think that's something that's worth trying out. The fifth and final game for under £5 or $5 is Pico. It caught my eye partly because of the price, because it's on a massive discount at the moment. So currently it's 80% off on the UK eShop. It's on a massive discount in the US eShop as well. But it's got some wonderful retro vibes in there. There's a little Game Boy in the background before. They're obviously really true Nintendo fans. It's in the kind of N++, Slime Sand, Super Meat Boy style. I love the intro. Obviously what it says is the evil nanobite virus is out. Gaming is over. It's time to hook up your power gloves and save your Pico brothers. So yes, Laserdog Games I think have come up with a fantastic idea. They're obviously really into their retro consoles, but it's a fast and brutal Twitch-based gameplay mechanic. So as you can see, it's super fast. It will be, I imagine, quite challenging. The music is super intense to go with the gameplay. Obviously, I can't play it, but it does really suit the gameplay, and I think it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. The chiptune soundtrack's obviously a big part of it, but Pico looks a lot of fun. It's under £2 on the UK eShop just now, so it's only £1.79 until the 15th of September, and in the US it's $2. So I think it's an absolute bargain. It's well reviewed on Metacritic, over 70, and Nintendo Life gave it an 80, so there's obviously some quality there. At the start of the video, I did promise you some fantastic news about sales on the eShop that are very time sensitive. So Rayman Legends Definitive Edition from Ubisoft is on a massive 70% discount on the UK eShop, so it's currently only $8.99, and there is a demo available. But Rayman Legends, the Definitive Edition, is the 5th entry in the Rayman series. It's one of the best platformers on the Switch and one of the best platformers potentially of the modern era. It's almost 10 years old now. It came out on multiple other platforms years ago, but came to the Switch in 2017. It's got a fantastic art style, fantastic gameplay. It's packed full of content. I played the demo and loved it straight after I got my Switch, so I bought it physically. So that was, I think it was around £20 or less at the time, but it's only $8.99 on the eShop if you like to buy digitally. So a fantastic deal, a fantastic game. You've got extra content on the Switch. So Rayman Legends Definitive Edition is one I definitely recommend. Also, another game on a big discount on the Switch from Ubisoft is the Child of Light Ultimate Edition. It's currently only £7.20. That's a massive 55% discount on the UK eShop, so a real bargain. Again, that deal runs out today, the day of recording, the 11th of September. So the Child of Light, it seems to be, taking some story elements from Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, but they've created this wonderful platform and adventure game that's just, it's hand-drawn art, it looks amazing. But you are Aurora, you're on a journey to save your ailing kingdom and your father, and you've gone into this magical world of Lemuria, and you've got to go along the way and basically discover your destiny and realise you have far more powers than you could ever imagine. So it looks tremendous. The hand-drawn art style is amazing. I've got a physical copy of this where it's packed with another game, but for £7.20, it's obviously less than £10. It's a great discount, it's a great game, a great indie style game from Ubisoft, so it's one I think I would recommend if you're a fan of kind of wonderful art style platform and adventure games. So that's all we've got time for this week on the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something there you like, and obviously they are all under £5 or $5 in the US eShop. Apart from the Office Quest, that's not on a discount in the US, but you can obviously have another account and get it for cheap in the UK if you want. Those games, I hope there's a bit of variety in there. I hope there's something for everyone. Let us know which games you like, if there's anything else you're checking out at the moment. Obviously, just any chat about indie games or the Switch or anything you're playing at the moment. I don't usually play on the PS4, but I do play other games, so if there's anything out there, do let me know. I'd love to keep the comments going. Obviously, in the background, I just want to highlight one game, the Sojourn. It's coming to Xbox, PS4 and the PC, I believe. It might be on the Epic Store as well. It's coming out September 20th, but it's a fantastic indie game. gives me a lot of vibes like Hob. It's very much a kind of puzzle adventure game, but it's not really got combat, etc. But it looks like it's got glorious art style. It looks really interesting. They have discussed it potentially coming to Switch, so go check them out on Twitter, the Sojourn. I'll put a link down below, but I'd love to see people, interested in it, go and chat to the devs and just let them know how many Switch fans are out there. But I hope you enjoyed the content. If this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and check out all my other videos. Hit that like button if you really enjoyed it, and slap your spawn all over it, or you ski and do, whatever Scottish words you want to throw in there. But really enjoyed the video, and I'm going to keep the video content coming, and I'll see you on the next one.